Okay. All right. So it is hot in the city of Columbus today. So we are going to stay with a practice that helps us work with being hot and not over stresses the body. So I would love for you to start by laying down on your belly. Now, I want to say a caveat about that. Some people, when they lay down on their belly, have a hard time breathing. If you're somebody that when you lay down, you feel like your chest is being compressed or your belly is being compressed and you can't breathe, then feel free to lay on your back for the start of class. I won't be upset about that at all. But if it's okay with you and you enjoy the way it feels, then give laying on your belly a try. I've also got my strap for the ready. We won't be using it until the end of class. I'm walking around because my lighting is crazy today. Well, let's see if that works. All right. We won't be using the strap till the end of class, but you might want it nearby so you don't have to get up and get it later on. Okay. So on the floor, laying on your belly or your back, if laying on your belly is not comfortable or fun for you. When I lay down on my belly, I really love to place one hand on top of the other and set my forehead on the backs of my hands. In this way, you don't have to twist your neck side to side, and you can really kind of maintain a long neutral neck without having to set your nose, scrunch your nose up or your forehead directly on the mat. You can take as much space as you want between the feet. There's often kind of a sweet spot of space between the feet that really lets the low back relax. So see if you can find that. Find a little bit of softness right at the place where your neck and shoulders meet. You might be a little bunched up right there. So see if you can slide your shoulders down a little bit and get just a little softer right at that intersection of shoulder and neck. Now, for those of you laying on your bellies, transfer the attention of your breath into your back body. So we often, if you're laying on your back, you'll think about the belly rising and falling towards the ceiling. If you're laying on your belly, you could think about your back doing the same thing. Something like 60 to 65% of your lungs are actually on what we would consider your back. So right now, for a couple rounds of breath, see if you can just feel that. Every time you breathe in, the back ribs expand up to the ceiling. And every time you breathe out, they sink back down to the floor. Just a few rounds like that. Now, whether you're on your back or your belly, you can make a little space between your hands, turn your head and look to the right. Try to soften the neck for a breath right there. Turn your head and look to the left. Soften the neck and shoulders right there. Try that again. Turn your head to the right. Soften the neck as you rest right there. Good. Last time, turn your head to the left. Relax there. Now bring your head back to center. If you've been lying on your back, this would be a good time to flip over to your belly so we can start to move. So place your hands beside your rib cage with your elbows straight back. Tuck your shoulder blades down in towards your back pockets. Reach your toes back. First time we come up here, I only want you to come up like about 30% of what you think you're able today. So take a breath in, engage your low belly. And exhale, lift up into 1/3 of a cobra. You'll probably feel the muscles of your back engaging in order to make this happen, but probably not a lot of action in your arms. Just focus on drawing the shoulder blades down, keeping your neck long on all sides. Breathe in right here. And as you exhale, lower back down. Good. Now stretch your arms straight forward. You can turn your palms in to face each other, thumbs up to the ceiling. Put your tension in your right arm and your left leg. Breathe in, engage the belly. As you breathe out, lift right arm, left leg, chest and head away from the floor. Slide your right fingers away from your left toes. Breathe in right there. And as you exhale, lower down. Opposite side. So pay attention to left arm and right leg. Inhale, engage the belly. Exhale, lift right leg, left arm. Once you get up to the top, slide your fingers and toes away from each other. Breathe in right there. And as you exhale, lower all the way back down. Good. Bring your hands under your shoulders or beside your chest, elbows back. We're going to repeat that whole sequence again. So toes reaching back, belly engages as you breathe in. Exhale, lift into 1/3 of a cobra, not the world's biggest cobra. Muscles of the belly engaged, muscles of the low back engaged. Breathe in. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Stretch your arms straight forward, palms facing in. Right arm and left leg, so engage the belly as you inhale. Exhale, lift. Right arm, left leg, chest and head just as much as you like. See if you can maybe go a little higher than you did on the last round. Breathe up here at the top. And exhale, come all the way down. Good. Other side. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, lift left arm and right leg. The neck is long on all sides. Long back of the neck, long sides of the neck, long front of the neck. Breathe in here at the top. And exhale, lower all the way down. Good. Once again, hands beside the chest, elbows straight back. This time, if you want, you can lift up into 2/3 of a cobra. So tuck the shoulder blades down, pull the belly in, breathe in. As you exhale, lift into 2/3 of the cobra that lives in your body today. Draw your shoulder blades together, engage your low belly, keep your neck long. Breathe in right here. And as you exhale, come all the way down. Good. Now for this round, stretch your hands back so they point the same direction as your legs. Arms are long, fingers are long, feet are heavy. Breathe in right here. As you exhale, lift head, shoulders, chest, and then it's your choice. You can leave your hands down on the floor or lift the pinky side of the hand up towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades together, lengthen your neck, breathe in right here. And exhale, lower all the way down. Okay, hands beside the chest for a 2/3 cobra. Position your shoulders so they're firm on the back. Long neck on all sides. Inhale. And exhale, lift. Often in a 2/3 cobra, you feel your arms a lot more. They might even start to shake or tremble here. That's okay. Just keep focusing on shoulder blades together, belly in. Breathe in at the top. And exhale, lower down. Slide your hands back to point the same direction as the toes, pinky fingers up to the sky. Inhale here, firm up the belly. And exhale, lift head, shoulders, chest, arms or not. That's up to you. Long neck, relaxed torso, even as you lift. Inhale here. And exhale, lower down. Okay, final back bending sequence here. Bring your hands beside your chest, and now that we're warmed up and the back is feeling strong, you can come up into 100% of your Cobra, whatever that is for you today. So position the shoulder blades, engage the belly, inhale, and exhale, lift. Now, as always, the Cobra that you take is the one that you can take with absolutely no pain in the low back. It doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is how it feels. So if your back gives a little twinge of anything, then come on down, make it a little lower. Breathe in right here. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Okay, extend your arms and your legs. Arms forward, legs back. Now you could focus on just lifting the arms or the legs, but if you're up for a bit of a challenge in this moment, try lifting both at the same time. So right here, inhale, long neck, firm belly. Exhale, lift arms, legs, chest, head. Slide your fingers away from your toes. Inhale here at the top. And exhale, come all the way down. Good. Last time, hands by your chest for Cobra. Firm up the shoulder blades, firm up the belly, inhale. Exhale, open and lift. Breathe at the top. Good. And lower all the way back down. Okay, last time, arms forward, legs back. Inhale. Exhale, lift everything you can lift. Arms, legs, chest, head, lengthen, breathe in. And exhale, lower all the way down. Good. Now slide your hands under your shoulders or beside your chest. Push up, keeping your back nice and long, and come into table. All right, once you find your table, make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. So you're making right angles in all directions. Okay, start a little side bending of the body. So pull your right shoulder towards your right hip. You might look back at your right hip a little, and then pull your left shoulder towards your left hip. So this is like a side to side cat-cow. Try that again. Right shoulder and right hip come together. That means the right side body is crunched. Left shoulder and left hip come together. Right side body is crunched. One more time. Close up the right. Close up the left. And come on back to center. Good. Now, just to give the shoulders a different experience, come down to forearms. That means your elbows are going to be directly under your shoulders. And let's try cat-cow right here. So inhale, lower your chest and belly down towards the floor. And exhale, lift your back up towards the ceiling. Good. 3 rounds. Inhale, curve down towards the floor. Exhale, round up towards the ceiling. Good. Last time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, come back into table. Okay, now if we connect those 4 points, we can make a big circle. So start by lifting your back way up towards the ceiling, and then move your rib cage to the right. That means you're putting left shoulder and left hip together. Arch your spine down towards the floor. Move your rib cage to the left, pulling right shoulder and right hip together, and come back up to the ceiling. Now smooth that out. You're going over to the right, down towards the floor, over to the left, and up to the ceiling. Let your head be loose and involved. Over to the right, down towards the floor, over to the left, and up to the ceiling. Good. Let's go the other way. So over to the left, closing the right side, down towards the floor. Over to the right, closing the left side, up towards the ceiling. 2 more. side, arch, side, round, and side, arch, side, round. Good. Draw yourself back to neutral and come back down into forearm table. Back into forearm table. Now right here, stretch your right leg back with the toes of the right foot turned under. To start here, give a little press. Press back through your right heel, lengthen forward through the top of your head, and see just how long you can get from head to heel. Good. Lower the right knee down and switch to the left side. So left toes under, left heel presses back actively. You want to feel that in your calf. And head reaches forward, lengthening between the crown of the head and the left heel. Good. Come on back to table, forearm table. And let's try, take your right leg back with the toes turned under. You can stay right there, or if your leg is feeling nice and light, float the right leg up so it's at the same diagonal being created by your torso. So make a straight line from your shoulders through your hips out of the right heel. Good. Breathe in right there. And as you exhale, lower the right knee down. Okay, same thing on the left. Stretch the left leg back. You can stay right here with the toe on the floor, or float the left leg up. And I know you probably don't have a mirror, so see if you can just feel and sense that perfect diagonal. You may not know today, you may not know at all. You just need to try to feel it. Breathe in right here. And as you breathe out, come on down. Now, try to shift back and bring your butt over your heels, sitting up in what we call hero's pose. Now, not everybody loves this position. It can be intense on knees, it can be intense on ankles. So if you're not into it today, you can swing your legs around in front of you and sit in a cross-legged position, but we're gonna be here for just a minute or two. So right here, reach your arms up to the ceiling and take a side bend to the right, bringing your right hand down to the floor. Reach that left side rib cage open. So you're closing up the right in favor of opening the left. Good. Next time you inhale, stretch your arms way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, take a little tip over to the left, opening right and closing left side down. Good. Now inhale, come all the way up to the ceiling, and being mindful of your shoulders, let your arms take a big circle back. Whatever your shoulders will allow you to do there. Bring your arms all the way back up and see if it's okay with your knees. Can you lift up into a high kneeling position and then come all the way back down into table? Okay, let's take those barrel rolls again. We're still warming up the spine. So spine goes up, right, down, left. 2 more times. Breath can be in free flow here. Good. Change directions. You go up, left, down, right. 2 more times. Tailbone is involved, shoulders are involved, neck is involved. Good. And then come on back to neutral and bring the elbows back down into forearm table. Okay, one more variation here. So take the right leg back, toes under. If you like, float the right leg up. Good. See what that feels like. Now you could stay right there and breathe for a few rounds of breath. Or if you want a different challenge, bring the right knee back down, turn the toes under, lift both knees up. That'll put you in a forearm down dog. And then float your right leg up and find the new diagonal being created by shoulders, hips, and heel. Breathe in right here. And exhale, come all the way back down to table. Good. So this time, take your left leg back. You know where we're going with this. So left leg back, toes under, you could stay right there. Left leg floats. Check that out. See if you like the way that feels today. If you want to go one step further, lower the left knee. So you're coming back to forearm table, turn your toes under, lift up into forearm dog, and then lift the left leg up, finding your diagonal there. Breathe here. Now leg down, knees down, pull the weight of the body back and find your hero pose, or if hero is no good, take your cross-legged position. Okay, arms go all the way up and you side bend to the right. Arms go all the way up and you side bend to the left. Good. Reach all the way up and then swim all the way back. Good. Now I'm going to turn to face you for this next part. You can stay just as you are. So here in your hero or in your seated position, you just swum your arms back, bring your arms back up, interlace the fingers and press up to the ceiling. So my palms are facing the ceiling here. Now keep your hips heavy and tip up and over to the right, pushing through the heel of your left hand. Good. Now come on back to center. Push up and over to the left, pressing through the heel of the right hand. Good. Come on back to center. Release the clasp of the hands and lift yourself up into a kneeling position. Now, if you need to go grab something, or if you need to fold your mat under so it's softer on your knees, do it. You never want to sacrifice your knees for any shape at all. So right here, pick your right leg up, stretch it out to the side. Try to make your toes point straight forward. That might feel a little weird on your ankle. Weird, I'm okay with. Painful, I'm not, right? Right here, lift your left arm up to the ceiling. It's going straight up. Right hand is on the right leg. Inhale here, get a little taller. And exhale, side bend over to the right. You can walk that right hand down just as far as it'll go, and then turn your head and look up past your left arm. Good. Now bring your left arm all the way down to the floor, planting your hand underneath your shoulder, and stretch your right arm up, finding the diagonal being created by your right leg. So you're trying to go from your ankle to your hip, to your armpit, to your hand. Good. Come all the way back up, float here in the center with your arms out, and step your knee back in and sit all the way down. Now, I should have mentioned this. If you are not coming up onto the knees, you can do all those same shapes from a seated position with the leg that we're putting out straight extended. So as we go to the second side, I'll do that so that you can see what's going on there. So one more time, interlace the fingers here, press up. This time go side bend to the left, push up through the right heel of the hand. I mean, you knew that. Come on back to center, go up and over to the right, press up through the left heel of the hand. Good. Come back to the center and come down. Now, those of you that are going to stay kneeling, come up into your high kneeling and stretch your left leg out to the side. Those of you who would prefer to sit, take your left leg out to the side and your right leg in front. Now, everybody will do left hand on the left leg, right hand up to the ceiling. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, tip as far as you can over to the left, sliding your left hand down your left leg. When you get down there to the bottom, turn your head and look up and over, looking past your right upper arm. Good. Now come up through the center, switch, bring your right hand down to the floor, reach your left hand up. And if you're sitting, you'll find the diagonal from your hip up. If you're on your knees, you'll make the diagonal that matches the left leg. Good. Take a breath right here. And then come on back to center, the place where your heart is over your belly and your arms are floating out. Good. And then come on back to your hero's pose or your cross legs. Okay, we're going to repeat that again. This time I'll be on my knees since you know what to do if you're sitting. So let's try again. Hands interlace, press up. Let's make this an inhale, hands to the ceiling, and exhale over to the right. Inhale, hands to the ceiling, and exhale over to the left. Now, inhale up to the ceiling. This time, if you want a little additional challenge, keep your hands here as you lift up into your kneeling position. Good. Right leg goes out to the side. Release your right hand down to the right leg. Inhale up through the left hand and exhale over the right leg. Turn your head, look past your left upper arm. Good. Now change sides. So bring your left hand down to the floor. This time, stretch your right hand all the way up to the ceiling. And if you want, float your right leg away from the floor, maybe trying to get it up as high as the hip with the toes pointed straight forward. Try not to cramp there. Sometimes you might need to lower it down a little to prevent the outer hip from cramping. Good. Breathe in right here. As you exhale, bring your foot back down, come up, arms parallel to the ground. Good. And then bring the knee in, come back to sitting. Hands interlace, press up. Inhale here. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up to the center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up to the center. Keep your hands here if you can, and exhale up into the high kneeling. Good. Left leg goes out, toes forward. Left hand comes down to the left leg. Good. Inhale here, stretch the right arm and whole right side, and exhale, side bend over the left leg. Turn your head and look up. Good. Now switch sides. Hand comes down. Arm goes straight up this time. You can stay right there or float the left leg. Your head can look down or up, whatever's more comfortable on your neck is okay here. Breathe in. And as you exhale, float back to parallel. And then knee in, sit down, swing your legs around in front of you, and come into a wide V. Okay. Now we're going to do a series of long held forward bends. And when I say long held, I'm talking about like 5 breaths, not like 5 minutes. But every time you get down into the forward fold, relax there. And our big focus is going to be, am I feeling this in the muscle or am I feeling this in the joint, right? Our goal in all of these forward bends is to try to feel it in the muscle. So flex your feet, engage your quadriceps, lift your chest up nice and high, breathe in. And as you breathe out, come forward. Okay, now 5 breaths here. Looking for the sensation in the medius part of the back of the leg. Now, if you're not feeling the sensation in the medius part of the back of the leg, then change some stuff. So you could change how bent or straight your knees are. You could change how far apart your feet are. You could change how round your back is. Make adjustments and see if you can move it into the muscle over the course of the next few breaths. Good. Next time you inhale, float yourself all the way up and bring your feet in about halfway. So if this is all the way, bring it in halfway, right? Okay. This time, point your toes. They don't have to be a strong point, just so that the toes are pushing away. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in. And as you breathe out, tip the pelvis and come forward. So check in here as we hover for 5 breaths here. Can you move the stretch into the muscle and away from the joint? So not in the knee, not in the hip so much, but at the space right in between them. Take one more breath here. Good. Next time you inhale, float all the way up. Okay. Bring your legs in as close as they'll go for you. It's going to be different for everybody. Try to get them as close as you can get them. Make sure you're sitting on your sitting bones here, so your flesh is not tucked under. You're sitting up nice and tall, hard over the rib cage. Nope, hard over the pelvis. There we go. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, come forward. And then when you can't come forward anymore, allow your back to round. Same factors in play here. Do you need to bend your knees a little? Would that help you move the stretch into the muscle? Do you need to adjust the angle of the pelvis, like reach back through the sitting bones a little bit more? What do you need to do? Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good. Next time you inhale, draw yourself all the way up. Okay. Put your right leg bent in front of you. And you can choose here. Either you can just straighten your left leg out to the left, which would be totally fine. Or if it's okay on your hip, rotate so your left foot is behind you. So now you're kind of facing this right leg. You can flex the foot on the right leg. But instead, gently take your torso as much as you can so it points over to the right. You might try to align your heart with your right knee. Drop your shoulders down. Draw your shoulder blades together to open the chest. And even though the left hip is probably popping up, can you make it a little heavier? I'm not saying you need to get it on the ground. I'm just saying, can you give it some gravity? Good. Now turn your head and look to the right. That'll be moving it into the twist. Turn your head and look to the left. That'll be moving it out of the twist. And then come on back to center. Okay, let's switch sides. So left leg in front. Right leg goes out to the side, or it spirals at the hip, not the knee, to go behind you. Left foot is flexed. From here, twist gently in the torso, trying to position your chest and maybe also your belly button to point towards the left knee. Is that possible in your body today? Now you're sitting up as tall as you can. Draw your shoulder blades together. Put some gravity into that right hip and breathe right here. Good. Release that shape. And let's go back around to the first side. So you can stay just as you were, or if you're in the mood, you can make it a little fancier. Now, if you want to make it fancier, try drawing your right foot super close to you in the front and your left foot super close to you in the back, right? Now, this might be a lot. It might be a lot on your knees. It might be a lot on your hips. So if this spacing is no good for you, then don't even bother. Don't even do it. Now, take your twist over to the side, make this hip heavy. So right here, you've got your hands to support you, but we're going to try to transition into the torso supporting you. So bring your right hand up with the palm up, put your left hand on top with the palm down, and then lock your fingers in. So you're making your fingers into like 2 hooks, and you're hooking the fingers in. Now pull over to the left. So the arm comes behind your head. Now you may do this more than me, you may do it less than me. You might be here, you might be way deeper, it's okay. And then turn your head and look to the right. Now, even with all this stuff going on, can you relax in your left hip? Can you relax in your left shoulder? And can you relax in your jaw? Good. Now to unwind this shape, undo the head first, undo the arms second, and then put your weight on your right hip so you can swing your left leg around, stretch your legs in front of you for a minute, and let the toes go in, out, in, out, in, out. Let the knees go up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, let's set that up on the second side. So left leg comes in, right leg can be straight or it goes behind. And you pick, are you into drawing the legs super close to the body? So it's almost like the knees are like going straight out to the side, not exactly, but kind of. And then add some gravity into your right hip. So sit down a little. Like for me, it's a lot easier to sit down into this hip. You might find that asymmetry in your body too. The direction of the torso goes over to the left. Now, left hand goes over the head, palm up. Right hand goes palm down onto the left hand, make a hook. Use your right hand to pull your left arm behind your head. I want you to be careful with your shoulder here. All shoulders are different. Turn your head and look to the left and hover there. Softening in the right hip, softening in the right shoulder, maybe deepening the twist to the left, maybe not, and softening your jaw. Good. Undo the head, undo the arms, tip to the left, and undo the legs. Good. Toes in and out. Knees up and down. That's for your fascia. It's not just shaking it out. That's for your connective tissue. And then swing yourself around to the long side of the mat. If you're not already there, take your strap with you as you lie down on the mat. Okay, you can do knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat, knees pointed towards the ceiling. Now right here, take your strap, lay it across your belly down by your hips, so right by where your hip crease is. And put your hands on either side, putting your hands like maybe 6 to 8 inches away from your hips. Make your arms straight and tuck your shoulders under your body. Now give a little bit of a pull on the strap, not a lot of a pull, just a little bit of a pull. Right here, as you inhale, sweep your arms, pulling on the strap up to the ceiling and back behind you. And as you exhale, pull on the strap, take the arms up to the ceiling and back down to your hips. So a few rounds, getting really specific with the breath, using your whole inhale to move the arms to the ceiling and back. Using your whole exhale to move the arms to the ceiling and forward. Maintaining a gentle tension on the strap the whole time. One more cycle here. Okay, now that you've understood that movement in the arms, let's try the same thing on the legs. So pull your feet up into the strap, stretch up to the ceiling, and then make the feet really wide on the strap, as wide as your strap will allow. Now the movement of the legs is not going to be as big as the movement of the arms, but it's going to have the same vibe to it. So as you exhale, pull your toes back towards your head. As you inhale, let your heels drift away from you. Smaller movement, same idea. Exhale, pull towards you. Inhale, pull away from you. A few more rounds here. Here at the end of class, it's definitely okay to let your spine round and arch in accordance to what's going on in the legs and the pelvis. One more round here. Good. Now bring your feet together on the strap. Pull the feet out of the strap and lower the feet back down to the floor. Okay, just in case the hands feel like they've done a lot of work, press your right palm up to the ceiling. Put your left hand across the fleshy part of your right knuckles and gently pull back, not a lot, just gently. And then switch, take the back of the hand up towards the ceiling, take your left fingertips across the right knuckles and gently pull the hand down towards your forearm. Good. Shake the right arm out. And let's try the left. So left palm pushes up. Right hand goes across the flesh of the hand and gently pulls back. Not a big deal here. Good. Switch that. Back of the hand towards the ceiling. Right hand comes across the knuckles and gently pulls the hand down. Good. Shake the left hand out. Make a few circles with the wrists. Whatever a circle in your wrist feels like to you. Make a few circles the other way. And lower your hands down, positioning your arms in your favorite relaxation pose. Positioning your legs in your favorite relaxation pose. Positioning your head directly in the center. And then let the weight of gravity draw you down into the floor. Hover for just another breath or two into this stillness. If you'd like to continue to rest beyond the end of the practice, stay just as you are for as long as you have. If this is a good time to finish, take a nice, slow, deep breath. Roll onto your favorite side. Take a slow, deep breath there. Press yourself away from the floor, staying relaxed. And come up to sitting. Let's take 3 breaths to finish the practice. Thanks for doing yoga today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, stay cool out there.